Hi friends, Juan the Yarn Addict here bringing you a stitch pattern tutorial. This stitch pattern tutorial is going to be for the shell diamonds. So this here is a 3-row repeat. It works up super fast. You can stretch it out and see the details. It's very nice. You can work it up in this direction and then perhaps turn it this way, which it gives it another dimension. Super nice. This is great for swimsuit cover-ups. This is great for wraps, throws, you name it. The possibilities are endless. The sides come out nice and straight, which is another great feature. And this was worked up using a medium 4-weight yarn. This is Loops and Threads Soft Classic in the colorway white. And I used a 6mm crochet hook for this project, but feel free to use whatever weight yarn you'd like. Just follow the recommended hook size for the yarn. So that is pretty much it. This does work up in multiples of 10 plus 6 plus 3 for the beginning chain. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. Okay friends, so to get started, what we want to do is create a slip knot on our hook. However you do this is absolutely fine. This is how I do it. From here, we're going to work this stitch pattern up in multiples of 10 plus 6 plus 1. So for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to chain 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to place us on a brief pause until I have my 30 chains. Okay friends, now that I have my 30 chains, I'm going to go ahead and chain 6 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then 1 more. So again, the stitch multiple for this pattern is 10 plus 6 plus 1. Okay, so from here what we want to do is go into the second chain from the hook. So this little nubby counts as the first chain. We're going to go into that second chain there with a single crochet. So go in, draw a loop, yarn over, and go through 2. You're going to continue doing that all the way down the chain. Single crochet in every chain. Just like that, going in, drawing up a loop, yarning over, and going through 2. So continue doing this, and I will see you once we get to the end of our chain. Okay friends, so I am at the end of our foundation row of single crochets, and this is what we're looking like. So once we have a single crochet inserted into every chain, what we want to do is pick up our work and chain 3. So every row will be a chain 3 and turn our work. Now from here, what we want to do is go into the third stitch. So this very first one here counts as 1, so it's 1, 2, and 3. So in this stitch, we're going to have a series of 4 double crochets, chain 2, and 4 double crochets, all in this stitch. So let's get started. Yarn over, go into the stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And continue doing that until you have 4 doubles. Once you have 4 doubles, then you're going to chain 2. And we're going to go back in there with 4 more doubles. It's going to get a little tight, but that's okay. 2, 3, and 4. So that's what it should look like. Okay, and again, because there's a lot of stitches going into this one single crochet, it's almost necessary to have this foundation row here. So again, it's a lot of stitches, but it's going to work out. So from here, what we want to do is chain 2 and go into the 5th stitch. So let's go ahead and do that. So chain 2 and then count 5. Now you may have to slide this back a little bit just to make sure you're not missing anything. So underneath this stitch, underneath these doubles is a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go in there with a single crochet. From here, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to go into the 5th stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in this stitch, we're going to repeat what we just did over here. All right, so let's recount to reconfirm. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 4 doubles, chain 2, and 4 doubles. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 double crochets, chain 2, and then we're going to go back into the same stitch with 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice. So the doubles are covering one of the stitches here, so just keep that in mind. So from here, we're going to skip 4 and go into the 5th stitch with a single crochet after we chain 2. So let's chain 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and in that 5th stitch, a single crochet. And so that's what we're looking like. Okay, so from here, we're going to chain 2, go into the 5th stitch, so skip 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, go into this 5th stitch with 4 doubles, chain 2, 4 doubles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2, and 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So before and after our series of doubles and things, we're going to chain 2. Before and after, and during. So chain 2, chain 2, chain 2. Okay, so continue on with this, and I will see you at the end of the row here. Okay, friends, so I am here at the end of our very first row, not including the foundation row. So you should have 3 stitches remaining. So 1, 2, and 3. So regardless of your multiple of how long your project is, if you're following multiples of 10 plus 6, you should have, it's 10 plus 6 plus 1. So you should have 3 stitches left. So what you want to do here is go into that very last stitch, and you want to insert a double crochet. Make sure to pick up that front and back loop, drop a loop, go through 2, go through 2. Now if you noticed, this very last series of doubles, I did not chain 2. Okay, so that is what we're looking like. Now I'm considering this row 1. So the foundation row does not count as a row. That's literally there to stabilize what we're doing. Okay, so this is row 1. So to move on to row 2, what we want to do is, as I mentioned in the beginning, chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. From here, we're going to turn our work, and we're going to work directly into these chain 2 spaces. So it gets very easy from here. So once you have your 3 chains, we're going to jump right into this chain space with the same exact sequence of stitches. We're going to do 4 doubles, chain 2, 4 doubles, all into this chain space right here. So yarn over, go in, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And then we're just going to repeat the sequence. So 2, 3, 4, chain 2, go back in here with 4 more doubles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now once we have our sequence completed, we want to go ahead and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After our 5 chains, we're going to hop right over to this next sequence of stitches, and we're going to repeat our 4 doubles, chain 2, and 4 doubles. So yarn over, go in, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. We're just going to repeat that. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, chain 2, yarn over, go in and do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so continue doing this until we get to the end of our row here. Again, it's going to be a sequence of our stitches, 4 doubles, chain 2, 4 doubles, chain 5, and then hop over here and repeat. 4 doubles, chain 2, 4 doubles. Okay, so I will see you at the end of row 2. Okay friends, so I am here at the end of row 2. As I mentioned before, I'm not counting this foundation row as an actual row. It's a stabilizing row. So this is row 1, and this is row 2. Okay, so we're here at the end of row 2, and in order to move on and finish this, what we want to do is go into the last chain before the stitch. So this is the last stitch, this is the last chain right here. Okay, so we're not going to chain 2 or anything. So once you have your sequence of stitches done, we're going to yarn over, go right into that last chain, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, just like that. Okay, so to start row number 3, we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to turn our work. Now from here, we're literally just going to repeat row number 2. So we're going to go into this chain 2 space with 4 doubles, chain 2, 4 doubles. So yarn over, go in, do your double, and we're going to do 4 of those in total. And then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to go back into this chain space and do 4 double crochets. It should look like that. And like row 2, we're going to chain 5 across and do another sequence here, chain 5 across, do another sequence here. So let's chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to jump over to this next sequence of stitches, yarn over, go in, draw up a loop, and do our double crochet, and continue doing this. So that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. Chain 2, and go back in, and do 4 more double crochets. Just like that. So continue doing this, and I will see you at the end of row number 3. Okay friends, I am at the end of row number 3, and so like the previous rows, what we want to do is go from our last stitch here to the last chain before the stitch from down here. So we're going to insert a double crochet into this last chain before the stitch, yarn over, go in, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So that's what we're looking like so far. So if I go to stretch this, this is kind of what we're looking like. Okay, so it may arc on you a little bit. That's perfectly okay, because this next row will tie everything together. Okay, so rows 2, 3, and 4 are the repeat. All right, so from here, we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Let's turn our work. And for row 4, we're going to go right into this chain 2 space with our sequence of stitches. So it's going to be 4 double crochets, chain 2, 4 double crochets. So there's 4 doubles, chain 2, and 4 more doubles into that chain 2 space. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like that. So now, for the third row of the repeat, right, 2, 3, and 4, what we want to do is we want to chain 2, do a single crochet, chain 2, but the single crochet is going to come down and grab these 2 other chains. Okay, so let's chain 2, and then we're going to come down and we're going to go underneath this chain right here and grab our yarn and do a single crochet. All right, so we're going to come down here, draw up a loop, swing back around, and do our single crochet. That might take a little bit of practice with the tension, but you want to make sure you get that nice and tight, because what happens is it's going to pull everything together into a diamond. Okay, so from here we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to hop into our chain space here and do the next sequence of stitches. 4 doubles, chain 2, 4 doubles. It's 2, 3, 4, chain 2, and we're going to go back in here and do 4 double crochets. As you can see, I'm going a little quickly just because it's the same stitches since the very beginning. So just to make it a lot easier and quicker. All right, so from here, we're going to repeat this. Chain 2, single crochet, grabbing both of these, and chain 2. So chain 2, come down here, and I find the easiest way to do this is to just pinch these 2 here with your fingers like this, come down, draw up a loop, swing back around and do your single crochet just like that, and it comes out to be nice and tight. From here we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to go into our chain space and do another sequence of stitches like this. 4 doubles, chain 2, 4 doubles. So let's go ahead and do that. 2, 3, 4, chain 2, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is what we are looking like. Okay, so continue doing this. Chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, and another sequence of stitches, and I will meet you here at the end of row number 4. Okay friends, so I'm at the end of row number 4 here, and what we want to do, like always, is go into the last chain before the stitch. Now, it may look a little odd because you're coming down all the way here, but you're still forming the other side of our diamond. So you're going to yarn over, go into that last chain before the stitch, which is right here. You're going to draw a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Okay, so that is what we are looking like here. Super nice. And the repeat, as I mentioned before, is rows 2, 3, and 4. So from here, you're going to chain 3 and do our sequence of stitches here. Chain 5, sequence of stitches, and so on and so forth. And you're going to do that for 2 rows. And then on that 3rd row, you're going to do your sequence of stitches, but then chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, and repeat. Okay? So it's pretty straightforward from here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do several more rows to just show you a bigger version of this, and then we will move on from there. Okay? So continue doing this repeat here, rows 2, 3, and 4, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, friends, so I am back. And this is what we are looking like after more than several rows have been completed. So I have repeated rows 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3 additional times. And this is kind of what we're looking like. It's super lacy. It's perfect for warmer weather. This would make a great wrap, swimsuit cover-up. It looks super, super nice. So let's flip this over. Just look at the other side. It looks the same as the other side, which is great. And yeah, the sides came out very nice and straight. Just like that. And then the foundation row isn't necessary, but I did that just because I know without it, it would be, really wonky. So if you're interested in doing like a wrap or whatnot, doing a row or 2 of this foundation row, this stabilizing row actually, would be helpful. So that is it for this stitch pattern tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and then of course hit that notification bell to stay updated with everything regarding me and my channel. That is all for now, my friends, and until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.